out furiously.
My bicycle is due for an upgrade. I believe it's 7 years old. Lifetime in the world of bicycles. Going to Bob's Bicycles. It's a nice local shop. Bob is amazing. Very nice guy. He knows everything about bikes. Not a surprise, he is the owner of the bike store. That's the bicycle store.
We spoke a little bit about the Di2
Right.
and the function of it. I want you to, on a test ride, know what you're actually doing out here. The system actually is all charged through this battery, which has a lever that pops off, a little button you push in, this guy slides out. It comes with a little table mount, like you click it in and it charges it up, a little indicator light. When you're done, that goes on, lock it back in. It's totally internally wired, so everything's inside, nothing's exposed.
All right.
It's totally waterproof, meaning everything can be submersed. It's a completely sealed system.
And it's charged through...
The battery itself has about 1,000 miles of charge time to it. That's a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing it's so long. It's bad because some people forget. There's no, like, hey, you just get so used to it, you just forget. And one day you'll be out there riding and wonder why your front derailleur is not working. So it's important to check it periodically. And the best way to do that is if you hold any button for a few seconds, it'll flash that color green. We do it again. Green. 100% charged right now. If it was flashing green, 50% charged. If it was flashing red, 25%. Solid red, go skiing or something. Don't go bike riding. Meaning you waited too long. But it should never get to solid red because you'll see it flashing red. Not saying every ride do it, but once a week just tap your finger and see. When it starts getting to flashing, I always refer to it like a gas tank in a car. You wouldn't drive around empty.
Right.
You want to get at the gas station right away, right? Yeah.
And then the charging port is here?
Well, the battery can be charged right from here.
Separately, okay.
Yeah, it's separately done. This junction has a little door on the side for a micro USB port. That little thing there. I have to check with Paul downstairs because I always thought you only could charge this one. The bike I have, the newer one, has this inside the bike, so you have to charge it through here. So I'm not sure. I'll find out though for you. The other really good things about this particular system is when you're shifting, it's if you have gloves on today, you're not going to feel it, but the braille, I call it, the serrated one, the click of that mouse click shifts us up to an easier gear. The click of this one shifts us down to an easier gear. Same thing. The braille one takes us to big, the other one takes us to small. So if you're pedaling this and you're actually shifting this, you can actually shift one click at a time. Or if you held it, you can go all the way until you stop holding it. It'll just stop when you stop. In other words, you might feel your legs like, oh, I got the right gear I like. I'm done. Some people just click, 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 and they're used to what they used to have, so it's hard to get away from it. Other important thing to know is you can shift with all the load in the world. Don't be afraid. You could be standing on a climb and shift. I don't know how it does it. It just does it. With no slipping, no grief. It's an incredible system. I like about this the most is there's nothing ever to stretch or need lubrication or have to be maintained in the cable system. It's gone. It doesn't exist. So normally a traditional gear cable system, you have to lubricate the cables. If they start fraying, you have to replace them. Over time, you have to replace them just because they don't wear you. They wear quickly. So with this, there's nothing like that to worry about. That means there's no adjustment. It's done. When it's adjusted, it's done. It doesn't go out of adjustment. It doesn't lose its adjustment. It's this complete setup. The other nice feature is they're always reinventing stuff, Shimano, and having better features to things. And they call them firmware updates. Whenever this bike comes in for service, whether it's once a year or if you come in for a flat, just ask us at any time to plug it into our laptop, and it'll pull up all this bike and it will show you anything available that's updated. Firmware update recently was to make that feature where it speed shifts. That was not available when this was originally done. That's an option, so it's on it right now. The newest thing that they talk about is the firmware update that gives you better battery life. I don't know how that works. It's a battery, but that's how it works, right?
Make it faster too?
Something, yeah, make the bike faster. Motorized behind, right? Yeah. So them features are all set up in here, and that's that firmware update we spoke about. When I get you on the bike, to get some basic numbers just so you can test ride it. What I'm going to do is have you clipped in and have you stop at that position. I'm just going to get a raw number right now. You have pants and stuff on, so eventually you say, yes, I love this bike, I want this. I want to do a real full-blown fitting. Doesn't look like you're going to have a lot of riding in the next week or so with all the snow that's coming. The roads will be a mess.
Sure.
So yeah, we can come back to it again, whatever. But at least I get a seat height that's right. I want to take a look at where the seat is fore and aft. I'm going to take a look at your overall reach based off the stem. Again, it's raw. I want to get a little better than that. I want to get 95% kind of number. So I'll let you throw some shoes on, and I'm going to pump you on here real quick.
All right. And as far as the other bike, you said these wheels are better than the others?
Oh, there's no doubt. This Fulcrum wheel set that they use is a very light, very fast wheel. It's not a wheel that I would say I would abuse it, but that's not what this whole bike's about. It's not like you're going to ride every day through rocks and gravel and dirt and commute back and forth to work. This is an elite level, more of a competitive category bike. If you're doing long days on the bike, that's what these wheels are for. They're just great for it. But if you're going through gravel trails and things like that, I would tell you it's not the right wheel set. I was under the impression you weren't looking for that kind of bike.
No. I was thinking to actually either get the zips like Sean has with the power tap.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Or a friend of mine, he says he has Garmin pedals.
That's even a better way to go.
Because no need to change the...
Right. I'm going to tell you the benefits, the pros and cons about this power taps and the different ways to measure power. Power is an incredible feature. For years, it was only in a rear hub, which means you had to commit to a set of wheels within the hub, and if you had a race on different wheels, you wouldn't have your power. Like you had to pick what was important to you. When they finally pulled it into the pedal system, anybody can take pedals from one bike to another bike. It's a wrench. It's the simplest thing in the world. So pedals at $650 versus a hub at $850, plus the wheel you have to put it into and the labor and the spokes, it's twice the price.
Yeah.
So the power tap pedal is Garmin makes theirs and Power Tap makes theirs. We've had very big success with the Power Tap version.
Okay.
Not that we had bad success with the Garmin. We've only sold a few because as soon as they were selling, the Power Taps came out, and everyone reflects the Power Tap as a company who that's their forte, so that's who they should be buying. Well, as it turns out, it got reviewed as a better product by a lot of consumers. Garmin has the ability to have two pedals, right, left, and it sends the information from your right pedal, sends the information from your left pedal. Power Tap has information coming across from one pedal to another, then to your unit. So if you really need to know what your left leg power is versus your right leg power, I don't know why you want to know that, then that would be a Garmin purchase. No one wants to know that. It's your power, it's your watts. What are you going to just ride one-legged because you don't have, I mean, it's silly, you know, it makes no sense. But I'm sure a coach who's rehabbing someone with a bad leg and they're trying to get the leg developed, maybe they would have them pedal one-legged drills in an indoor class or something, but that's not the case.
So Power Tap pedals, you
Power
said?
Tap pedals are great. It's
is a better product than
better
Garmin's,
product.
right?
Dozens in the last few weeks have been selling. It's been great. And that's from people who are owning power systems already. They just got rid of it. They want them pedals. Like guys with Power Tap hubs sell their wheels on eBay, they get rid of them. If you were thinking new, I would discount it for you. If you're thinking used, just make sure that you get something that is an Ant Plus Power Tap hub, not some old-fashioned one that can't send a signal. There's some
for sure
low-end stuff out there. People scam you. So just watch what you're getting into. But having the watts available to you is pretty impressive. And if you could do it from the pedal, it's just easier and better.
And the precision, I guess, close enough.
Oh yeah.
To pedals, same thing.
It's the same technology, same company. They're actually saying that it may be the better system because it's directly connected to your foot. It's where the power is actually occurring. Nothing's lost in the transition to the chain to the hub. So if someone has a crank that flexes a little bit, that's not giving the real information to the hub. Some of it's lost in the flex of the frame, flex of the crank. Well, nothing's lost. It's in your pedal.
Right.
It's the first point of contact in your body. It's neat. We're thinking at some point they're going to put it in the sole of your shoe, but the pedal's as close as we've ever heard so far. It's smart. It's a definitely better way to go. So spin for a little bit. I'm going to see you come to the bottom right stroke, so right foot down to the bottom. I'm going to help you get exactly there, putting you right here. What I'm looking for, hold that heel just like that. What I'm looking for is this bend that's happening behind here. So again, we'll do this in much more detail, but I want you to test ride. So I want to just see if I get you close to 30 degrees right now. At the very end of your femur, a little bony protrusion there, that trochanter, just behind your patella. And that malleus, it's right there. So we just talked about this number 30 degrees. I just want to show you something. This is by absolute luck. There's no reason I get this lucky. You're at 30 degrees. Don't think I knew that because I didn't know that.
It's the
it
position
just happened
of the
to be where
seat.
his seat's at. And it's not that I'm lazy. It takes 3 seconds to switch it, but I'm not going to switch it for whatever reason. That's a gift, and I'll take it because it never happens. So next time, pedal through again. But next time you stop pedaling, stop it where it looks like this. So the right foot's the forward foot, just like that. A tiny bit farther down. One more click right there. So what I'm looking for here is where that saddle is front to back. So the very end of your tibia, right there, that little tuberosity, I want that to bisect this pedal axle. And if it doesn't, we move that saddle fore and aft to get the rails adjusted properly. As you can see, it's not even close. We want to be here, and we're all the way back here. So we're taking you and that seat, both forward, all the way up to here. So right now it's cruising, baby. It's like a chopper. So stay clipped in. Just stand up and lean forward a little bit so I can sneak underneath there and make that adjustment. That's just going to take me about a minute. What's really special about this bike that some people who don't take the time to really research and look all the details, which I love when customers do that because then they can see the specialty of the bike. This bike has nothing hidden low end on it. It's all upper end, meaning a real physique Arion saddle. It's a $250 saddle. It comes stock on this bike. No companies do that. They stick their own seats on there. Like Trek puts Trek seats on, and these guys don't make seats, so they get the best out there. Real fulcrum wheels, real Ultegra brakes, not like an Ultegra, but like some bozo brake they stick on there. Nothing's hidden. They put it all on the table for you to see it all. And truly the lightest, strongest, stiffest crank on the market. The crank that's on this bike is lighter and stiffer than a Shimano Dora Ace crank. Cannondale owns it. It's theirs. You'll only see it on their bikes. Sit back down again. So there's that pedal axle that we're hoping to bisect. Now I got it. So now we know that this is all set to motion and good to go. By doing that, I fixed this, but I double dipped a little bit. I got you not as stretched out, and I wasn't doing it for that reason. But at the corner of my eye, I could see that you were stretched out. That just helped that a bit. You may want to touch more. So come back again to that other brake lever. I'm going to talk you through this. This line that you have here that's nice and straight, nice and neutral, you've achieved that because you made the tilt in your body happen in here. You didn't do it in your back. Some people do it in their back like this. You did it by doing this, which is important because by doing that, you activate your hamstrings, your glutes, all this is good. If this is a true parallel line, which it is, this should always be 90 degrees off of it. You're there. Only one little thing left to do is this tiny little bend in your elbow just like that, which keeps me here at 90, here at 25 degrees, and what I call a neutral wrist. So the key to this would be that periodically through a ride, you glance over and you see your arms locked and go, oh, what did Bob say? I gotta go like this a little bit. Because when you do that, all the vibration that comes through this bike is gonna get dispersed in here, in this little arc. If you had it locked, it all ends up here. It's telegraphed straight to the end of your shoulders. But having this little curve in here, it's almost like suspension. So knowing that you can be here at this common place, no one says you don't have to not be here, or here, or here, but this is where you spend most of your time because the brakes and shifters are here. So knowing that, I'm not touching nothing right now. I like this 95% kind of thing here. I'm gonna let you, it's pretty cold out there, I'm sure. I'm gonna let you put your jacket on and go a little local spin in our neighborhood back here. I even have some gloves down here if you don't have gloves with you. And prepare yourself for something you've never felt before. This is an amazing ride. I mean it. It's just a different feeling altogether. It's just so quick, so light. It's in attack mode the whole time. The person is the rider. I get it. But having the equipment just takes it another level for that rider. Yeah. So let's let you get out there on a little test ride, get a feel for this thing. Cool. Thanks, man. Take your time. Stay warm.
As always, very interesting, very useful conversation with Bob. Took the bike for a ride. It's really nice, really fast. Feels much stiffer than my current bike. So I will definitely purchase it. On the other note, it's so damn cold to ride a bike when it's 32 degrees.